And now, please welcome from San Diego, give it up for VJ Jennings.
Last night, I slept with the poem. She awoke from my pillow beneath my window, pained by my tears across her cheeks. Sheets of silk, she is the flesh of trees. Last night I slept with the poem. When I met her, she was an afterthought, an epiphany, robed in flowing loose leaf and knowing of wayward souls and the way I would word souls onto paper. Embraced her last night, I slept with the poem. She said, your penmanship precedes you as she proceeds to disappear far into my margins. I weep words, cries of inked love. I think it's love. Last night I slept with the poem, knowing her only as long as I have known myself. And I was born yesterday. She was born of a pen, a daughter of ink. I am jealous of her friendships, her connections with microphones, and that I might be alone when some other poet speaks her language better than I. Last night I slept with the poem. She said she used to see a story, once dated an allegory, subjected herself to the twists and turns of plots, the burns of knots, conflicts, tropes, ring finger and wrist, but just as all stories, it came to an end. I told her I was a virgin, twice seduced by a song, but got only as far as the hymn. I dropped my guard, I became a bard to sing her praises. It took something like 7 days and days for this piece of broken English to finish, to end. Her signature is the bend and wander of my paperback spineless. This morning, I woke beside an apology she had wrote to me on unbound pages of midnight, punctuated her sentences with stars, indented lines by pushing limits. Her writings were illegible but incredibly profound. She said you should never try to drink from constellations, sip eternity's exhalations from black holes, and my expectations are 3 black holes on the page, torn and ripped at an early age. She said you should never try to chase sunsets west. You might run the world over. You might run the world over. She said letters can spell anything and consonants are constantly confined by prefixes and suffixes and the suffering within connotation. She said, VJ, we are both poem and being that. You should never read a person wrong, but all along her lines were the deceptions of imagery and the perceptions of misery. Is a poem who I slept with. Last night she insulted me, called me sheet music for her amusement, played me for a fool, a minstrel of the minuscule, a man of ridicule. She had quilled me a verse at a time. She had stars in her eyes, comments and commas in the corners of her corneas. A cornucopia of words sit at the tip of my tongue, but tumble tumultuous to the back of my throat. And I swallowed my pride. I breathed eulogies when poems died in my eyes. I cried masterpieces, plastered pieces of crafted souls, and I released them over the sea, the spread ashes of a dream that sleeps and loves just as it sleeps nightly. Thank you.
VJ Jennings from San Diego. I have 4 scores. 5. I have a 9.3, a 9.1, a 9.2, an 8.8, and a 9.7 for VJ Jennings. A 27.6 is the score. Give it up for that poet one more time.